Good morning, my name's Angela and I'm from the sheep tree. Apologies if you can't hear me very well. I meant to bring my mic out and left it in the house and I don't want to walk back in to go get it. It's very windy out today. This morning I've been milking, but last night I noticed, well not last night, the day before, I noticed that I had a sheep with some scabs on her back. So I treated them with summer fly cream the day before, and then this morning hang on, which order are we in? Yeah, so I treated them out in the field, and then I got her in last night and decided I was going to get a vet out to her because I didn't know what the scabs were. I didn't think they were caused by a parasite. There's a few nasty things that we have here in the UK, one of which being scab, because none of my other sheep have been affected. Also, it was only across her back that the scabbing was. I did a bit of reading and I had my suspicions what it was, and it turns out I was right, which is okay because it's treatable. So I got her in last night. Phoned the vet this morning once I'd finished actually milking the goats. Then when I was feeding around I got a phone call saying she'd be half an hour, which was fine because I could finish what I was doing and be home in time. So we had the vet out, and sorry, I'm just walking around the sheep that's still out in the orchard at the same time as I speak to you. Yeah, we had the vet out and she had a look at the sheep. She took some skin scrapings just to rule out scab. So, because it's such a nasty... So scab is... I'll write what it's actually caused by because I don't know the specific name. It's basically a mite which can be transported on things like birds' feet from flock to flock. And then it's whatever the mite secretes that the sheep are allergic to. And then they have a reaction, and then that really sets them back. So it's a very quick spreading thing. So we don't want it to be that, because not only will it affect my flock, chances are it will affect my neighbour's flock, which is over there. But we don't think it's that. So she did that, and then we had a look at the back. There were no new sores, but what she thinks it is, and what I thought it was, is it's called lumpy wool in sheep. In horses, it's called rain scald, or when it happens on their feet, it's mud fever. So because of the rain and the timing of when she was sheared, the bacteria, again, I can't remember the name. I should do, because the vet said it's the only bacteria she ever really remembers because it's got such an excellent name. So I'll write that across the screen for you. Yeah, so a bacteria that's present on your skin anyway, in certain conditions, will grow. And the population grows a lot. So basically she has a bacterial skin condition, a skin infection. So the solution would be to wash it with an antiseptic or an antibacterial. However, she's got the wool regrowth on her, so what we actually had to do was clip her and then wash her with hippie scrub, and then rinse it off so that she's only got dilute hippie scrub on her. So me and the vet have just been holding the sheep. We've clipped her, we've washed her, and I've got 3 little pots, and I need to wash her again tomorrow, and then leave it 2 days, then wash her again, and leave it 2 days, and wash her again. The vet's also popped some spot gnaw on her, because the reason I'd... Ooh, a little grub on me. Yeah, clear that off. Sorry, back again. The reason I'd used summer fly cream on her was because the flies were paying more attention than I'd like to her, and I don't want her to get maggots in any of her scabs. So she's used spot gnaw, which will stop the flies from coming, but it's a spot on, so you only need to put it on one point on the sheep, so it didn't have to go on any of her scabs. So she's got that on her, so she shouldn't have any problems with flies. She'll have baths for a few days, and then hopefully all will be well. I've been given instructions that if I think it gets worse instead of better, I can phone the vets. They'll give me a mobile number which I can send photos to, which is excellent, because you don't want a call-out fee if the vet can just be like, well, actually this is what we need to do, come in and pick up some more medication. So, yep, we've got baths happening. The other thing I've got to do is keep her out of the sun until she's had some regrowth, because she's got next to no fleece on the top of her, and keep her out of any rain. So although I can let her out overnight, if we're forecast heavy rain, ideally we want to keep the area dry unless it's been washed with hippie scrub. So she's in the shed at the minute, and I will, when I'm on my way past, I will film her so you can see what she looks like at the minute. She's a bit stressed out because she was fine when the vet was here, you know, like any sheep, didn't really want to be held to be clipped, but she enjoyed her bath. She actually stood there and let the vet scrub her with the brush. But the friend that I had in with her got turfed out when we were working on her, and she's not back in there yet. So what I'll do this evening, I will push 1 or 2 sheep through when I let her out, and then those sheep can live in the shed with her until we finish bathing her and until she can come back out in the sun. So yeah, that's a sort of moderately eventful morning, but it's kind of fairly standard. You have a sick animal, you call the vet, and you treat that animal. So yeah, I will show you her, and then I will try and set up the camera tomorrow somewhere sensible so that you can see me scrubbing her, and how I handle my sheep, because the way that I do things is not necessarily the way that other people do things, because I'm not as strong as other people. So where other people would just be able to grab a sheep and turn it over, I would probably do stuff with it standing up. So I will, video that for you. And I'll either pop it on the end of this video. It depends how much other stuff I do today that I think is worth videoing. So it'll either get popped on the end of this video, or I'll do another video of treating the sheep for lumpy wool. It's a new one on me. I've kept sheep for years and years and years, and I've never had lumpy wool. But always learning. Just shared the girls in. She's obviously got a lot to say for herself. So you can see her back there. The yellow patches are where I put the summer fly cream. So if you've not used or seen summer fly cream, it is a yellow cream. It's soothing and it's antibacterial. Also antiseptic. So yeah, as you can see, she's, as the vet said, it's not quite a short back and sides, it's a short top and sides. But yeah, we clipped all the wool off. That wasn't the wool that came off her, that's left over. I haven't swept up after shearing. We actually did her in that little pen over there. You see the floor's wet from the water we used to wash her. I'll leave that pen there. I'll sweep out the bottom of it, but I'll leave that pen there because that's the pen I'll use to bath her. I'll just feed her in there, and I can bath her. So you see, because she's got no fleece there, we don't want her in the sun. I've thrown a bit of extra hay down here for her. She's got hay in the hay rack there, and she has got water and another hay rack there. What I'll probably do, just to keep her, because she's a bit shouty and obviously wants to be out, is when I mow the grass, I'll just bring a bucket of grass clippings for her, and she can entertain herself with that. But yeah, she's all right in herself. She's just got a scabby back. It doesn't look anywhere near as bad as it did when the wool was on, because most of the scabs have actually lifted off now. There's just a few little sores you can see. But yeah, so we've got the treatment and we'll get her sorted, won't we? Hey, sweetie? I've just remembered the other thing that I was going to film. I couldn't film it. Well, I could have filmed it. I didn't film it because the vet was here, and I did it whilst I was waiting for the vet to write up my instructions and get my hippie scrib bottled up and things like that. Sorry, hippie scrub. But I picked up 3 more chickens today. Sorry, it's a bit sunny here. No, it's not sunny, it's the reflection off the potting shed. So if I turn that way. There we go. Yes, I picked up 3 more chickens. They're from a friend. One of them is an egg eater. But I've fixed egg eaters before, and if I can't fix her, it's not a problem because only one of my girls lays. So I can work out which one's laying, work out which one's the egg eater, and they can go and live in the run together. But for now, I've just thrown them all in together because it might be that a change of scene, a different flock, or just the timing at which mine lay and I get the eggs away might break her egg eating. So I will introduce you to the new girls. Right. So these are my 2 originals. Who are at the feeder, and when I left the others were all at the feeder, but I've got lots of food scattered around just to keep them all entertained so they don't need to squabble. But it looks like they all found a dust bath and they're all under the house. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if I can get it much lower. Oh, they've all run out of the house. Hang on. There we go, there's one of them. And there's the other 2. Hey girls. Obviously, they're having to get used to me being the snack lady. I've just opened up the coop today so that if there's a little fight between my original girls and the 3 new girls, nobody gets cornered anywhere. There's 2 doors open. But for the most part, they're all right. One of my original girls is throwing her weight around a bit and showing that she's boss, but there's always a pecking order and it just needs to be re-established, so all should be good. So I have, since showing you pig sheep, I'm not sure if I mentioned, the sheep that's got lumpy wool is the sheep that's known as pig sheep. So yeah, since then I have, oh no, after pig sheep we did chickens. Yeah, so since the chickens, I have mowed the lawn in the cottage garden, added that to the compost pile that I was starting, and then I've watered the pile and covered it. And it will now be left for 4 days, as is. And now I'm going to go in the house, have some lunch, and have a shower and get ready for work. Because I'm working again this afternoon.